Yeah, hello everyone. Okay, I hope I am audible. Guys, please reply in the chat if I am audible. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So guys, your question is the add method used to insert an element into a set? So what we are going to do, basically we are going to revise 10 to 15 questions, okay? So by revising these questions, those who have not attended previous live session about Python sets, so what will happen, they will also get a brief idea about sets, okay? And those who have attended also, for them also it is beneficial that again they will practice one more time. But in today's class, today's topic is Python dictionary, but we'll practice some questions also, okay? So yeah. Okay, so the next question is, does the remove method throw an error if the element is not found in the set? Yes or no? Okay, now again I'm repeating the question, okay? And please, uh does the remove method throw an error if the element is not found in the set? Yes or no? Okay, yes, correct. Okay, so I think people are confused between yes and no. Okay, so remove does throw an error if the element is not found in the set. So yes is the correct answer. Okay, now guys, your next question is, can a set contain elements of different data types? Okay, like integer, string, float. It basically means the question basically means that if sets are heterogeneous in nature, means it supports multiple data types in a single set or not. Hello, Eswala Murugan. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So it is heterogeneous in nature. Very good. Now, your next question is the discard method safer than remove for deleting elements? Uh, so I can see people saying no, but actually it is yes. Yes, the discard method is more safer than the remove for deleting elements, as we have seen in previous live session. I'll repeat one more time that see, as you have seen in the previous question here, does the remove method throw an error if the element is not found in the set? So the answer was yes. Okay. But when we use the discard method, it also removes the element. But if that particular element is not present in the set, so discard will never throw an error. Okay. So because of that, the discard is more safer because it does not throws an error. Okay. So we don't have to explicitly use try and except blocks. So because of that, the discard is uh, it's basically more safer. Yeah. Hello Naresh, it's okay, bro. If you have no idea on set operation, so what you can do after the class, just go and watch the previous live session, okay, which we have taken yesterday. That is also on the channel, and just do what? Just see all the questions which now we are practicing, okay. So with the answers of that questions, what will happen? No, you will get a brief idea of sets, okay? Because if you guys will give wrong answer, so I'm going to explain that question, okay? So you will get a brief idea. So just please focus here, okay? And so no, no, it's yes. Discard method is more safer than the remove for deleting elements, okay? Okay, guys. Your next question is, can you add a list to a set? Yes or no? Okay. Can you add a list to a set? Okay. So basically, if you want to answer this question, you have to think like that set is totally different from list. List is mutable in nature. Set is also mutable, but list allows duplicate. List is ordered. List has indexing, but set does not have these things. Okay. So adding means what? Directly adding. Can you add a list to a set? Okay. Hello, Subham. Okay. Yes, yes, people are saying yes. Hello, Benda, watching live from Malawi. Thanks, brother. I hope you learned something. Subham B equals to set A. No, bro, not like this. Okay, okay. I think you guys have misunderstood this answer. Can you add a list to a set means directly adding, just like how we were adding two lists, just like how we are adding two sets. Okay, like that, if you can add list to a set or not. Okay, that I am asking. Okay. So in that way, what it will be? Means using the plus operator. If you directly want to add a set and a list, suppose you have a set A and you have a list B, and you want to add both the set and the list together. So using the plus operator, so that is possible or not? Yeah, after changing it, yes. Okay. Other than that, it is no. Yeah, I understood. Okay. Now, guys, your next question is, can a set be used as a key in a dictionary? Can a set be used as a key in a dictionary? Okay, so one has replied no. Okay, yeah. Any other person? Okay, so let's go with no. So no is the correct answer. That sets can be used as a key in a dictionary. So no. Okay, now there is one more beautiful question. Okay, no. Can a frozen set be used as a dictionary key? So, what is a frozen set? First of all, you guys have to know about that. Okay. Frozen set is basically a type of set only, but a set is mutable in nature. Now, frozen set, as the name suggests, frozen, it means that it is immutable in nature. Okay. So, once a frozen set is created, you cannot do modifications to it. Okay. So, yeah. So, because of that, it is because of immutability of frozen set. Okay, it can be used as a dictionary key. So the answer would be, let me just add the answer also. Okay, so each time now I'm going to add the answer also. So can a frozen set be used as a dictionary key? So it is yes, it can be used. Okay, now there is one more interesting question. That is, does set 1 and operator set 2 perform union? Yes or no? Now, those who have attended, those who have seen Python sets, they can easily answer it. Okay, and those who have not, so then after the answer, I'll just tell you about this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So yeah, this is correct. Set one and set two, it performs union. Now, those who have not attended Python sets, I'll just give you a brief about this question. See, if you have two sets with you, okay, and in sets you know that duplicates elements are not allowed, sets are unique in nature. And in maths also there is one concept called as sets, okay. In that also, in one set we keep unique elements only, okay, duplicates are not allowed, okay. So in math sets there are some operations that are called as union, intersection, and oh, wait. Okay, I'm really sorry. This sign is for intersection, okay? So yes is the correct one. Yes is incorrect. It will be actually no. It is for intersection, okay? So no, it is used for intersection. I'm really sorry about it. It is for intersections. So where I was telling you that if you have two sets and if you have to perform union and intersections or difference of set operations, so then this operator is used for intersection, okay? So there would be one set, set 1, and there would be one set 2, and between this you have to use this AND operator for performing intersection. Now intersection is basically you have to print the elements which are not present in both of them. Okay, so when you'll do intersection, it is going to print the elements which are common to both. And if you'll do union, so it will print the elements, all the elements from both the sets, okay? But not the duplicates one. Duplicates one will be printed only one time. Okay. Yeah, yes, okay. Okay, guys, your next question is, Now, few more questions, okay, and then we'll start with our class. So, is set 1 pipe operator set 2 used for union operation? Yes or no? Okay, so I'll again repeat the question. Is set 1 pipe operator set 2 used for union operations? Yes or no? Yes, yeah. Now, Subham, you are correct. Yes. So, yes is the correct answer. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So, this is for union operation. Okay. Now, guys, your next question is the time complexity of membership? It basically the question is the time complexity for checking membership test in a set is theta 1 or big O notation 1? Actually, it is big O only. Okay. So, big O notation 1. 1 means the constant time. Okay. So, those who have heard me means those who have seen the live session carefully of Python sets, so they can answer it because I've not written this. I have told this, okay, in the live session. Okay. And I've shown you a code also in which I have compares, I have done membership checking between a list and a set, and clearly set was winning that. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, I think that uh, let me answer this question. Okay. So, it will be clear to all of you guys that basically, okay, Swami is saying yes. Yeah, yes is the correct one. Very good. Very good. Yes. Okay. Now let me explain you one more time, or let me give you the reason why it is yes. See, sets are created for this purpose only. Okay. To in sets, the time complexity is basically it uses a constant time because it is hashable in nature. Okay. It means it uses hash tables for finding the elements. In list, it is basically a linear time. It takes a linear time. So big O n. Okay, so big O notation, n time is taken means a linear time is taken by list, and set takes a constant time. Okay, yeah, okay. One last question for sets, and then we'll move to we'll move to see today's topics. So, can a set contain another set as an element? Yes or no? So, I'm repeating the question. Can a set contain another set as an element? Yes or no? Okay, I think yes, it can. Yeah. So yes is correct because of unique elements and duplicates are not allowed. So that's why nested sets, there is no concept of nested sets. Okay, that we have seen in lists, that we have seen in tuples, that it has a concept of nested. Okay, but in sets there is no concept of nesting. So yeah. Okay, so now this was the end of okay Python sets that we have practiced some of the questions. Now we'll move to uh, one more topic. Okay, before going directly to frozen sets, there is one more topic which I want to explain you guys, that is frozen sets. Okay, now there was one question also which we have seen about where was that question? Yeah, can a frozen set be used as a dictionary key? So answer was yes. Okay, so now what is a frozen set? Okay, because we have not discussed in the previous class, so I must discuss it now. See, in Python, a frozen set is basically uh, it is also a built-in Python data type. Okay, it is also, so let me write it over here. A frozen set is basically, it is also a built-in Python data type only, but it represents immutable. Okay, it is not like sets, it is immutable version of set. Okay, so this is the proper definition of frozen set. Okay, so it is also a built-in Python data type that represents immutable version of a set. Now, where in a normal set, it is mutable in nature and it does not allow duplicates. So frozen set is immutable in nature, meaning you cannot change its elements after creation. Yeah. So let me show you how we can basically create a frozen set. Okay. So let's see that. And okay, so we'll see how to create a frozen set. Before, let's create a normal set. So let's create first a normal set. Okay. So how we can create a normal set? Either we can use the curly braces and put the elements, or what we can do, we can use the set constructor and inside it we can put any iterable. So let's use the set constructor and put a list inside that, and let's print normal set. So we are getting our value. Okay, that's good. Now let's just do what? Let's create the frozen set now. So I'll do what? I'll create an object called as frozen. Okay, and then I'll use the function that is frozen set. Okay, so frozen set, and inside this what I can do, I can directly put the normal set. Okay, that also I can do, or I can put a list also. Okay, so both is possible. If you want to put normal set, you can do put that also. If you want to put just like how you put it inside the set constructor, you can put it inside the frozen set function also. Okay, both you can do. And when you'll now, the main thing is when you will print the frozen set, so you will get this frozen set and then 1 2 3 4. Okay, so it suggests that it is a frozen set. Okay, now I'll show you that how it is immutable in nature. So in this frozen, I'm going to add one value called as 5. Okay, and let's print frozen again, and let's see if it is able to print or not. So now you will see that attribute error is there, that frozen set object has no attribute add. Okay, it means that all the methods of normal set are not applied to frozen set. Okay, but some of the operations that frozen set supports are like the union operation, intersection operation, okay, difference operation, is subset. These operations can be performed on frozen set. Okay, that we can do, but we cannot add or remove, because in the definition of frozen set also it is said that it is immutable in nature. Okay, so yeah, it is immutable in nature, that we have already seen by adding. Okay, now I'll do what? Now I am going to create two frozen sets objects. Okay, and in both of them I'll put, in one I'll put 1 2 3, and I'll create one more object. In this I'm going to keep 3 4 5. And let's do what? Let's just quickly perform the union and the intersection and the difference. Okay, so those who have not, okay, seen set, now they can do. Okay, so we are revising the concept. Okay, so easily you can apply this technique to a set also, and you can apply the same thing to a frozen set also. Okay, now for doing union, you can use the union method, or you can use this also, a pipe operator, and b, this also can be used. Okay, so both is possible. Then again print. Now this time I'll use f string to print. Okay, because f strings are far more easy. And a and b. Now this is for intersection. Okay, so you can use the intersection method also. Okay, like this. So you have to write like a dot intersection b. This is also going to work, or simply just like how I have written it, that is will also work. Okay, then let's check the difference. So for difference, there is one operator minus that also can be used, or there is a method called as difference. Okay, one question is there, what is the time complexity to find the elements, sir? It is big O notation 1. It is basically a constant time. 1 means a constant time, means if you are going to find the first element also, so it will take that much time. If you're going to find the last elements also, then also it is going to take the same time. And one more thing, there is no first and last element in set because it is not ordered. So there could be random orderization. Okay. So yeah, but basically it is a constant time. I'm not sure it is called as big O notation or theta 1, but in both of them, 1 is correct. Okay. I think big O only. Big O, okay, big O notation 1, it shows a constant time. Okay. And big O notation n, it shows a linear time. Okay. Yeah. Now this is used for checking difference. Okay. So if you want to check the difference, you can use this method also, or you can use this symbol also. Now I'll just use one more thing, that is to check that if a set is a subset of another set. So how we can check that? For that, we need to use a method called as is subset. So is subset is the method name, and you have to put b inside it. Okay. So it is going to give you false only, but it's okay. So union, and in the frozen set you can see all the questions will be in frozen set only, means the questions answer, because you are doing it in two frozen sets. Okay, so yeah, so 1 2 3 4 5, common was 3, so 3 is only one time, so in union this happens. In intersection only the common one is printed, so 3 is the common one, so 3 is there. In difference, what happens, it basically prints the, suppose if you are doing a minus b, means a difference b, it means all the unique values of frozen set a or a set a will be uh, given as output. So 1 2 are the unique elements of a. If I'll just interchange it, if I'll do b difference a, so it will give me the unique elements of frozen set b, or you can call it as a set also, because in set also same thing is applied. So 4 and 5 will be the output. Okay, and is subset is a method to check that a set, means suppose if I'm checking a dot is subset b, So we are checking that if A is a subset of B, means all the elements of A, if it is present in B, so then A is a subset of B. So actually that is not there, because in A there is 1, 2, 3, but in B there is 3, 4, 5. There is no 1, 2. Okay. So that's why it is giving us false. So now I hope, so those who have not attended this previous live session also, they will also have this basic idea about the set operations. Okay. These set operation can be applied on set also. Okay. So that is also there. And this is the concept of frozen set. Okay, I hope you guys have understood it. Now one question came here, that if there was already set, so why to use frozen set? Okay, so I'll just write the question, why use frozen sets? Okay, and that is a very good question also. Why there was a need of creating a frozen set? So the need was uh, to create keys in dictionary based on a group of values. Okay, so I'll just write it over here, to create keys in dictionaries, okay, based on a group of values. Second, to ensure a set remains constant, okay, because of that only, means just to ensure that it is read only on, okay, we cannot do changes to it, okay. So to remain or to make it constant, or you can say for read only purpose only. Okay. Now, if you want to know the difference of it, okay, so let's just do what? Let's check the difference also. So I'll create a new cell and I'll just explain you the, yeah. So you can check over these differences also between set and frozen set. What are the differences? Now we have already discussed in the starting of frozen set only, but again, one more time, let's do a quick, let's see a quick review on this table. So these are the based on the features we are reviewing the difference between Python set and frozen set. Okay. So feature mutable. Sets are mutable. Frozen sets are not mutable. Okay. And based on hashability, sets are not hashable because they are mutable, but frozen sets are immutable, because of that they are hashable. Now, based on duplicacy, both does not allow duplicate values, so no for both. Okay, usable as a dict key. Can we use set as a dictionary key? No, but yes, we can use frozen set as a dictionary key. Okay, last is set suppose the set operations like union, intersection, that we have seen now. Union, intersection, difference, symmetric difference, and then there uh, is subset, is superset. Okay, these operations. So yes, set suppose, is frozen set supports them. So yeah, frozen sets also supports them. So okay, so these were the differences and similarities both we have seen here. Okay, so that was all about the frozen set. Okay, in frozen set, this much only. Why to use frozen set? That is most important. Okay, now what we can do? Now we can move to our topic. Okay, of the live session today. Means the main topic of today's live session is the last built-in, means the final, the fourth data structure from the Python built-in data structures, that is Python dictionary. Okay, so we'll see now Python dictionary. What is Python dictionary? How we can create a dictionary? Okay, what are the features of Python dictionary? What are the methods present in dictionary? Okay, when to use them? How to access, modify, add, remove, loop through a dictionary? Everything. How to check if a key exists in dictionary, how to perform dictionary comprehension, how to create a nested dictionary, merging dictionaries. Okay, so everything we are going to see about dictionaries, okay, today. So stay tuned up. And now guys, please focus. Okay, Okay, guys. Now, the main question is, which is a very important question, that what is a dictionary? Okay. Now, in normal life also, we have a dictionary. Okay, Oxford dictionaries or different types of dictionary. Now, what is the use of this dictionary? Okay, then I'm talking about the normal dictionary. Okay, let's for now just stop the Python dictionary. Let's talk about a normal dictionary. What happens in a normal dictionary? So, normal dictionary is basically what? Collection of words of all the alphabets starting from A to Z. Okay, and uh, if we have to search a word, okay, in a normal dictionary, if we have to search about a word, that what is the meaning of that word, okay, so then what we do, we open the dictionary from the middle, and then then we see that at which alphabet it is opened, and then we look out the alphabets from A to Z, and then we see that, okay, if we have to find about bubble, okay, so bubble is starts with B, okay, so when we have opened the book, so suppose we have opened the book at E, so now we have to go left side of the book, okay, so that we know that alphabet B comes after A and we are at the alphabet E. So B will be in the left side of the book. So we just swap the pages, okay, and slides the pages and we just go to alphabet B, and at there we find after B U. Where is the U? And then we find that particular elements. So it's become easy to find the elements because we know arrangement, we know the keys, okay, because we know that after A there is going to come B only, okay, after B there is C only, because we know all the alphabets from A to Z, okay, so that becomes very easy for us. So that is the thing. In Python dictionary it is also like that only. Now the other three data structures which we have seen, means I'm talking about the list, I'm talking about the tuples or the sets, okay. In these built-in data structures, what we just see that there was a concept of single elements, okay, so all the elements were stored, okay, in one there is, it is mutable, in another it is immutable, in one it is ordered, in another it is unordered, means everything was there, something was present in list, something was present in tuple, okay, something was present in set, okay, and there was a special use cases of all these three data structures, okay, but main thing that was similar in all these three built-in data structure was that we are working on a single element, okay, we were working on a single element. Now dictionaries is different in that manner only, okay. The first and the big difference between dictionaries and other three built-in data structures are that dictionaries works in a key value pair, okay, it works in a key value pair. So whenever we have to store a item, or let me say element, so it will be more convenient for you guys. So, or let's say a value, if you have to store a value, okay, so we have to attach a key with that value. That is compulsory. We have to do each time. So we have to attach a key with that value, okay. And dictionaries are unordered because no order is followed, okay, and it is mutable collection of key value pairs. It means it is mutable in nature, we can change the value of the dictionary, okay. Now let me do what, let me just write all the features of the dictionary, okay. So it is unordered, then it is mutable, and then it is present in a key value pair. Now before going further and tell you more about Python dictionary, I want you guys to just see the simple syntax, or let's say a simple example of how to create a dictionary, and then let's talk more about this Python dictionary, okay? So I'll just do what, I'll just create a simple my underscore dict, okay? And as we have talked about curly braces in previous class. Again, I'll just explain you guys that curly braces are used for creating a set also, and it is used for creating a dictionary also. The only difference is that when you create a dictionary, you give a key value pair. When you create a set, you give single items separated by commas. So now here we are going to create a dictionary. Okay, so in a dictionary there is not a single element. We always talk about an item, and that item consists of one key and one value together. So it forms a pair of a key and a value. Okay, and that pair of key and value is called as an item. Okay, so we store items in a dictionary, not elements, not values, or not keys also. We store items in a dictionary. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now I'll just take I'll store information about one any person. Okay, so let's say name. Okay, and then okay, then okay. Now let me print my underscore dict. Yeah, my underscore dict, and now you can see your output will somehow look like this: name Alice, age 25, city Pune. Okay, now let's talk about the syntax, that how we have just created a dictionary. So as you can see here, first you have to take the name object, okay, then use the curly braces. Inside the curly braces, you have taken a string, okay, name, and then you have taken a colon, and then you have taken the value, okay. Now let's ignore everything. Let's talk about these two things, name and the value of that name, okay. So this name is the key. So whatever you write before the colon is your key, okay, and whatever you write after the colon is your value in respect to that key. So I hope this thing is understood. Whatever you write before colon is the key, and after colon is your value, okay. Now what you can write inside the key, that we will talk about after this explanation, okay. Then then now I have to store information about a person. So a person has what are the things that a person has: a name, a age, in which cities he or she lives, what role, what he or she do, okay. These are the following things. So I have just considered three things: name, age, and city. Now because I have to keep multiple items inside a single list, so now for separating different items, what we have to do, we have to use a comma, okay. So name and Alice, name is the key, Alice is the value, and both together combining becomes what? Becomes the item, okay. Now to separate between, now there is age also, age is the key and 25 is the value. Now this is also one item, okay. To separate between two items, you have to use a comma, just like how you are using in the single elements, like in set, like in list, like in triple, to just give a difference between two, or to define that this element is finishing here and then next element is getting started, we were using a comma. Same thing we are doing here, that between two items we have to put a comma. So after Alice, the value, we have to put a comma, so that the dictionary or the interpreter will understand that there is one more item to come, okay. So age 25, then after age 25 there is one more item to come, that is city Pune. Now after Pune, I know that I don't want to store anything more, okay. So when I know that now I'm not going to store anything, any other item, so at that time I'll not put a comma, okay. So if I know that I have to put one more item, so I'll put a comma. When I know that there is no item left, all the items are stored, so then we are not going to put a comma, okay. So like this, and then you have to close the curly braces, you have to print your object, and your dictionary has been created like this. Now there are some things which you guys have to know about the key, okay. So that will also be included in the features only. That is, The keys, okay, let me just give you what, because we are talking about keys, so let me do like this. Okay, keys must be unique, okay? Must be, okay? Must be unique. Second thing is it should be immutable. It actually not should be more immutable. It is immutable in nature, okay? It is not that we can change it. Once a key is created and it is unique in nature, okay? But you can put different keys, but we'll see some examples like that. When you'll put one more same key which is already present in the dictionary, then what happens? We'll see that, okay? So it is not going to give you an error, but basically it will update the value. That we'll see with the example, then it will be more clear. But for now, just know that keys must be unique in nature and it is immutable in nature, okay? And now what we can store in a key? So a key can be a string also, it can be a number also, or it can be a tuple also, okay? Or it can be a frozen set also. That also you can store. So now we know that what should be the key. And now for the values, okay? Uh, Now for the values, if I'll talk about values, see, for values there is no not compulsory anything. Anything can be taken as a value. Okay, it can take a number, you can take a float value, you can take a integer, you can take a boolean value. Anything you can take as a value. And then there is no limitation on value. Value can be duplicate. Value is immutable also. Okay, so yeah, that is also there. So let me write here no such limitations, okay, for the values. Now let's do what, let's move forward and let's see more about these, okay? Okay, now the next thing which we'll see about the dictionaries are, we'll see the characteristics, okay? We'll see the characteristics of dictionary, okay? Is dictionaries ordered in nature? So yes, it is ordered in nature, okay? Okay, is key mutable? Yes, key dictionaries are mutable. Is indexing is allowed in dictionary? Yes, indexing is allowed, but not by position, okay? Position is not present there. Position is not present. Now, if you'll notice here, ordered it is yes, but here in the definition I have written unordered, okay? So previously it was unordered in nature, okay? It was unordered in nature, but after the update of Python 3.7, after that update, it has become order. It follows the order, means it follows the order of adding the elements. Means suppose if you have at first place you have added name and the value of name, and at second position you have added age and the age value, so that order will be maintained, okay? So how you add the elements, that is the order, that order is followed, okay? Then indexing, yes, indexing is present, but not by position, okay? Means it is not like that, that first item is present at zero index, no. Indexing is present but based on keys. Okay, so if you have to access some elements, you have to use the keys. We'll see how we can use it. Then duplicate keys, no, duplicate keys are not allowed. Key type is immutable in nature, and values type is any. Okay, No limitation, no as such limitations are there when we try to store or create a value. So there are no limitations. So these were some of the key characteristics of dictionary. Okay, now let's see all the ways of creating a dictionary. Okay, how we can create a dictionary. Let's see that. So already we have seen an example, and we'll see more ways. So let's see method one. Okay, I'm just giving all the ways as method. So method one is simple way that we have seen in the example which you have taken above. Let's say name, Bob, and age. Age is 30. Okay, so this is one way. Then there is, let's say, for person two. Now there is called as dict constructor also. Using this also you can create a dictionary. So how you will store the values? You have to store like this: name equals to Bob, and age equals to 30. Okay, this is also one way. Then there is person 3, dict, like this. Okay, we'll take a list and we'll take a list of tuples like this. And I'll store name, then inside the tuple only. Okay, and the tuple will consist of two items. So we have taken first a list, and then inside the list we'll take two tuples like this. Now in this we'll store age 30. Okay, and we have put the whole list inside the dict constructor. That will also work. So let's do what? Let's print person. Let's print person 2 and print person 3. So name Bob, age 30, name Bob, age 30, same thing. Output will be same, but these are the three ways. So let me write it over here. Method 2, and here method 3. So I hope this is clear, that how you can create. These are the three ways in which you can create a dictionary. Okay, give me a moment, guys. I'll just drink water. Yeah. Okay. Now this was how you can create dictionaries. Now we'll see that how to access elements, or let's say access items in your dictionary. Okay. So for that, I'll take just a normal list here, a normal dictionary over here. Okay. And in this dictionary, we'll see that how we can access. Okay. Okay. Uh, we have to print the value Bob. Okay. We have to print the name, value of name. Okay. So first of all, we have to write the dictionary name, then the square braces, and then inside the square braces, you have to write the key. Okay. The name of the key. And when you will do that, you will get the value of that key, that is Bob. Okay. Then there is one more way. Okay. There is one method called as get method. Okay. Now, this get method will also do the same thing. You have to just write the name of the key, which value you want. Suppose you want the value of age. So just write age inside it and it will give you the value. Now, one more feature of this get is that it basically, if you don't have, suppose inside the get method, you give the name of a key which is not present. Okay, suppose let's say city. Let's say you give the name city. So now city is not present, but it's not going to give you an error. Okay, it basically will give you none. Okay, and after this, if you'll print the dictionary person, so what will be the output? Okay, so name, age. Okay, like this, like this. So it is never going to give you city, means that one key is there which is not found. No, there would be no error like this. It is basically going to return none for city. Okay, and when you print the person dictionary also, so it is not going to add the city. Okay, so that is also there, but there is one more use of this get that will show you then when we are using this get dictionary methods. So this was how you can access items. So let me write it over here. Let me give a comment that accessing items. Okay, now let's do what? Let's see how to modify items. Okay, how to modify items. Let's see that. So let's say we have person with us and we want to modify the age of the person. So person was already Bob and age is 30. Now we have to uh, change this to 31. So what we'll do, we will basically uh, write the name of the dictionary, that is person, square braces, just like how we are accessing the age key, means the value of age. Same thing you have to do it. You have to just change the value. Okay, earlier the value was 30, whatever the new value is, assign that to. Okay, person age. So suppose the new value is 31, so just assign it and print person. So now you will see the value has been updated, name Bob and age is 31. Okay, so this is how you can do it. Okay, now this was modifying. Okay, how you can modify it. One more thing is there, how you can add items. So for adding items, for adding items, I'm just showing you how by this way you can add elements. There are methods also. Okay, so when we'll discuss about methods, then we'll see that also. But these are also some ways in which you can add items. So what you have to do, suppose uh, you have the person dictionary, and in that person dictionary, as you can see, you have name and age only. Suppose if you want to add email also. Okay, if you want to add email, what you have to do, you have to just write person. Okay, and after writing person, you have to write the key which you want to add and value to it what you want to add. Suppose if it is bob at the rate some example.com, if it is like this, okay, it's fine. And what we will do, email equals to, this is the email address, and let's print the person. So now you will see name Bob, age 31, and email is also added directly. So whatever the key value is which you want to add, you can add it like this. Just like how you access, just how you modified your value. Same thing, just give the key and give the value and it will be automatically added. So no such extraordinary thing which you have to do. It's very simple. Okay. Now, what if you want to remove items? Okay. If you want to remove items, then also it's very easy. What you have to do, take the dictionary name person dot, there is a method pop, and use this method. And suppose if you have to remove email, just write the key name email and it will be removed. Okay, suppose if you, there is one more way using del. Suppose if you have to remove age, So let's remove age also. Okay. So let's just do what? And then at the end, let's just print person. So to see. So now you'll see only name is left. Okay. Now, if you want to clear whole dictionary and create a empty dictionary, so then also there is a method called as clear that is applied over here. You can just do directly clear. Now if you'll print, now if you'll print person, so there will be a empty curly braces, only curly braces. So it denotes that there is no value inside your dictionary person. Okay. Now, before going to the dictionary methods, I'll just show you that how you can loop through a dictionary, and then we'll go to the methods. Okay, dictionary methods. Okay. Let's discuss about the looping, how you can loop or looping through dictionary. So for me, I have to just take a dictionary. So let me just take this one. Okay, so we have a dictionary with us. Now we have to loop through it. So what we'll do for key in person, if we'll normally write like this, and then we'll print key. So then what will be the output? So your output will be only keys, name and age. And this key is not a name, okay? It is a loop variable only. So instead of this, you can take I also, okay? So here also you have to print I. So it is going to give you name and age only, okay? Okay, that is the thing. So what if this was looping through keys, okay? Let me write so that it will be clear for us. So loop through key. What if you have to loop through values? Now, what if you want values? Loop through values. So then what you will do? Then you will write like this for val in person dot values. Okay. Now this values is the dictionary method which says that it is a value. Okay. So only values will be get printed now. So when I'll print val, so now I'll be iterated over the values. So Bob and 30 will be printed. Okay. Okay. Now there is one more type of looping, that is what if you want to loop through both key and the value. Okay, means in a pair if you want to loop. So that will be called as loop through pairs. Okay, or key value both at the same time. So then you have to take like this for I comma j, or for key comma value. Okay, Fazal Rahim Dawar, thank you bro. So for I comma j, or for key comma value in person dot items. Now what is this items? So this items is also a dictionary method only, uh, which says that both key and value will be there. Okay. because I have told you in the starting of the dictionary only that items. Now we are talking about items. So item means what? A key and value both paired together. So that's why there is a method also, a dictionary method that is called as items. So when we will apply these items on any dictionary, so you can iterate over two loop variables, one for the key and one for the value. So how you gonna print it? The same way how you are going to print in using the enumerate, just same you will follow over here also. So use the f string, use the curly braces, print key, then give a colon, and then print, okay, sorry, j and I. Okay, so name Bob, age 30. This is how you can loop through, okay, in a dictionary. You can loop through a keys, you can loop through values, and you can loop through items. Now one more thing, guys. In in the keys you can write it of keys also, but then also the output will be same. Means if you'll directly iterate over person, so it iterates over the keys only. So it is not necessary to write the keys method, to use the keys method, because by default it iterate over keys only. But if you want to use, so there is a method called as keys, you can use it also. Okay, and one more thing is there, if you want to print from person only the keys, so then what you can do, you can use the method like this. Okay, print the dictionary name person dot keys, so it will give you a list. Okay, as you can see, dict keys, a list of all the keys. Now the same thing you can do it with the values also. So let's say person person dot values. Okay, so dict values Bob and 30. If you want both the items, so you can use the items method also, like this only, person dot items. Okay, so you'll get all the items. Now you will get the items in a tuple format. Okay, in a list of tuple you will get name Bob and then age comma 30, like this. Okay, so these three methods are there. Okay, and these are also the dictionary methods, so which we will see. Okay, so now we'll see the dictionary methods, okay, which are very important, guys. Most of the people ignore these dictionary methods, but there are many many useful methods present in dictionary, okay, which are very much important, and people most of the time ignore it. So don't need to ignore it. Okay, so now for explaining these methods, I'll need an example. I'll just create a dictionary. Okay, a good dictionary. Let's say, let's create a dictionary for a car. Let's say Fortuner. And year it is built. Okay, there is one question, sir. Kindly give me advice. I'm a beginner. I want to learn Python from. Where should I start learning Python? Okay, where should you you want some place? See, there are many places available. You can search on YouTube also. You can go search on Google also. But if you want to follow step by step, so in the previous class also I have shown you one website called as CL coding. Okay, you can go over here, you can click on Python. Okay, now here you will see from very basics about Pythons, with Python from basics, Python program for Python. There are many books also which are written for Python. Okay, and study materials are also provided, as you can see here. See the content over here. Okay, so everything is there, and not only that, there is a 500 days challenge in which a quiz is uploaded, so you can go and answer this quiz also for practice. That everything is available here. So yeah, you can go and practice this from this clcoding.com. This is a very good page to practice. Now for year, what we'll do, let's take any random year. Okay, let's take 2025, let's take 24. Okay, now this is a dictionary called as car. Okay, and what we basically want that, let's use a method called as get. Okay, so we'll basically use a method get over here, and we'll see that how we can get some of the values. So we have a dictionary with us. What we'll do, we'll just take x dot car get, and we want to know the model, so we'll do this, and we'll print x. So whatever this dot get dictionary method will be uh, returning, suppose it will return the endeavor, so that endeavor is going to be stored in x, and when we will print x, we will get the endeavor. Okay, so that is the thing there. Now there is one more thing with this get method, which is, if suppose we have x equal to car dot get. Okay, and let's say we want some value which is not present. Okay, let's say price, and let's put the price as, okay, like this, or let's say like this. Okay, for example, I'm not sure, but for example, so what will happen, as you can see, in our original, means in our when we have created this car dictionary, so in this we have no price. Okay, we have no price item. Okay, but using this get, I wanted to access price, but there is no price, and the value for the price was this, so I've given both. Now when I'll print the dictionary car, okay, so then you will see brand, model, year. Okay, once again, it should get added there. So basically, if it is returning the default, means by default, if you want to give a value, okay, oh, okay, my bad. Okay, what this get method is basically do, now I understood. It basically returns the value. Okay, means whatever the default value you will give, it will return that, but it is not going to add on the dictionary. Okay, it is not going to insert on the dictionaries. There is one more method for that which added on the dictionary. Okay, so it does not modify the dictionary, but it returns the value. So if I'll do car.get price, and if I'll put some default value, so it will return the value, but it is not going to make changes to our dictionary. Okay, now the solution for this is, suppose if you want that there should be a method which should do what, we should return the value also, and modify it also, means modify the dictionary also, that item should get added in the dictionary also. So for that, there is one method called as set default. So what you have to do, car dot set default. Okay, and everything will be same, only the method name is changed. You will put price, and the value for the price, let's say again the same value, like this. And now when you'll print cars, so now when you'll print cars, you will see brand, model, year, and now price is also added there. Okay, So get will only return the value. It is not going to throw you the error. Set default is also going to return the value, not going to throw the error. But when you're using set default, it modifies the original dictionary also. Whether get does not modifies the original dictionary. Okay. So that is the difference between get and set default. Okay. And one more use of, now there are multiple use cases of this set default method. If I'll tell you, uh, let me apply the here only, or let's apply it over here after this cell. Okay. Let's say car dot set default. Okay. And in the set default, now we have model. We have already the model. Okay. Let's change the year. So we have year with us. And what we will do, let's put the year as 2023. Okay. Let's run the cell. So we get 2024. Okay. Now, this is the important thing. Okay. So guys, please pay attention. As you can see, when I use the set default method on the dictionary car, and now year was the key which was already present. So I just gave the key name year, and then I give one more parameter which is called as the default parameter. So this is the parameter for key, and this is the default parameter in which I set 2023. So it will do what? If that key is present in your dictionary, so then it is going to return the value for that dictionary. So suppose year was already present. So what was the value for year? 2024. So it returned 2024. But if year was not present, so at that time it will set it to 2023. So if the key is present, then it is going to return the value for that key. If the key is not present, so then it is going to set the default value. Okay, so in our case the default value is 2023. So what if I'll put some value, suppose color. Okay, let's take one example of color. Okay, and let's set color as blue. Okay, so now you will see, now blue has been returned. Now when I'll print the car, so one more will be added, one more key and value will be added, that is color, okay, which is blue. So by default, because color key was not present in our dictionary, so this default value got added over there for the key color. So color and blue. Okay, now I hope you have understood. So set defaults takes two parameter. First is take the key name. If the key name is already present in the dictionary, so it is going to return the value for that key. If the key name is not present, so it is going to set the default value. And by default, it is none. Okay. So if you have not given any value by default value, so it is going to put none over there. Okay. So if I'll store color 2 and if I'll not give blue, so now it will it will take color, and then you can see color 2 is there, and by default it will set to none. Okay, so I hope it is clear. So there are four methods more. One is clear that we have already seen, one is items, one is keys, and one is values that we have already seen. Then set default we have seen, pop we have already seen, get we have seen. Okay, so now we are left with one more method, that is update. Okay, now again simple. This update is for updating the values, key value pairs of the dictionary. And one more thing about this update is that it insert an item to the dictionary. Okay, so it takes two parameters. Suppose let's take an example of the update as let's take this example only. Okay, so we have already added color using the set default. So let's add something more. uh, Engine. Okay, let's add engine and we'll put horsepower in this. Okay, so let me just add it after this cell. And what we are going to do, car dot update. Okay, and it is basically going to add an key value pair. So let's say if we want to add engine, which engine? V4. Let's add it. Let's print the car. So now you'll see engine is also added. Okay, so you can use set default, you can use update. Okay, so there are multiple ways of adding, okay, items, so you can use it. So these were the methods of the dictionary, which are very useful. Okay, so you guys should remember it, that what is the use of which method is used for what purpose. Okay, now we'll check that how to check if a key exists in a dictionary or not. Okay, so check if key exists in a dictionary or not. Now, before starting this, guys, uh, are you getting all the points? Means till now, what we have studied is, if everything is clear in any of the topic, is there any problem? So as you know, you can just ask me in the chat, or if there is any problem, or do you want me to just give you a quick revision of Python dictionaries from the starting? So I can do that also. So just let me know by saying yes or no. If you want a quick revision, so say yes. If not, then no. Okay, so I'll do what? Now, before starting this, let's do a quick revision of the questions. Okay, so that it should be, we should revise what we have studied. So, so you guys give me quick answers of these questions. Okay, can a dictionary have duplicate keys? Yes or no? So I repeat my question: can a dictionary have duplicate keys? Yes or no? Okay, guys, so the answer for this question is, now this was a very easy question. Can a dictionary have duplicate keys? So answer is no. Duplicate keys are not allowed in dictionary. So okay, okay. So your next question is, can a dictionary have duplicate values? Yes or no? Now, can a dictionary have duplicate values? This is your next question. Okay, so the answer for this question is that yes, okay, yes, a dictionary can have duplicate values. Okay, okay, guys, your next question is the get method used to fetch a value for a key without raising an error? Okay, so the answer for this question is yes. Okay, now let's continue with our next topic, that was check if key exists. So how to check if a key exists or not? So for that, what we can do, for that, we have to just write the name of the key. Suppose if name in person, so if name is person, then you can print that name or whatever task you want to perform, that you can do. So I'll just want to print that name exists. So it will print name exists because yeah, obviously name key is present in our dictionary person. So because of that, this if condition gets true, so our task was performed. Okay, so this is how you can check that if a key exists in a dictionary or not. Okay, now then there is one more thing which is called as nested dictionary. Okay, Nested dictionary, it means that suppose uh, we have one dictionary, and inside one dictionaries we are storing more two dictionaries. Okay, so how that we can do? So let's see that. So let's say we have a set called as students. Now inside this students object, which is a dictionary object, we'll create two more dictionaries. Okay, so let's say if we have student A. Now for this student A, we will have the name of this student A and then age of this student A. And let's say we have a student B also. So that student B will also have a name and age. So we'll store both the students. Okay, so by creating two dictionaries inside this student dictionary. So let's see how we can do that. So first we'll create a key A for this particular A. Suppose identity number of that particular student is A, and for the second student is B. So A, and the name for this student is, let's say, Alice, then age, let's say 22, comma, then the next value is 5, like this. So if you will execute this cell, okay, something is missing. After age, I have used comma, I have to use a colon. Yeah, so now it is correct. Now, if I want to print student A, okay, so I'll access students, then I'll access the key A, and there you go. So now you are printing the name and the age of that student. Now, if you want to print only the name, then okay, only this name, the name of student A, then how you can do that? So for that you have to again use, because it is a nested dictionary, so you have to use one more square braces, and in this you have to specify the key. So this determines that you are inside the dictionary students, you are selecting the A key. Inside the A key you have one more dictionary, from that you are choosing name, okay, the name key, and then you will get the exact value Alice. Okay, so if you want to access the age of B, so you will write B and you will change this to age, okay, and you will access the exact age of Bob. Okay, so I hope you have got this. Now there are a few more topics left, just like dictionary comprehension, merging dictionaries, okay, and then the difference between dictionaries and list, and then there are some real world examples also based on dictionaries. But what let's we have seen too much about dictionaries today, okay, so let's do what, let's keep it for next live session, okay, in that we'll discuss all the things, all the rest of the things about Python dictionaries. And in that live session we'll start from the very basic of the Python dictionary, so that it will be more good for you guys. So let's keep this much only for this live session. So I hope you guys have learned something about Python, okay, and it will be beneficial for you guys. Thank you for joining the live session. It was very good interacting to you guys. So now guys, if you have any question about the class or about anything about programming, any confusion, okay, if there is anything you want to ask, you can just ask now in the chat, okay. If any problem about the previous few live sessions also, if you have not understood some topic, so we can discuss it now. If you have anything to ask, just ask now. Anything related to programming or related to Python or related to today's live session. Okay, guys. Uh, that's all for today. Thank you for joining. We'll see you in the next live session. Till then, stay tuned up. Okay.